Adoption? Ridge wants to adopt your child?
He brought the papers to prove it.
Oh, man, he is just determined to save his marriage.
I think desperate's more like it, Mother.
Well, you know he must be. Demanding that you give up your own child, it's just, it's absurd.
He's in a tough spot.
How's Brooke dealing with it?
Probably not too well. She walked in right in the middle of a fight Ridge and I were having, so it was a little weird.
That must have given her pause.
Pause. Yeah. They're going to Big Bear for New Year's Eve.
On holiday?
Yeah, I don't know what I'd call it, but I wouldn't call it a holiday. Brooke has something planned.
I can't believe it. My little girl is getting married.
You're really happy for me?
Yes, of course I am.
Because Dad thinks we're rushing into it.
Do you?
No. I love Ozzy so much, and he loves me.
Well, then I support you.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear you say that. Because we've always followed your heart, so...
I don't think I'm a good example.
What are you talking about? Mom, is something wrong with you and Ridge?
It's complicated.
Ridge loves you. What happened between you and Nick, Ridge is not going to let that affect your marriage.
It has.
He changed his mind?
No, he's willing to raise this child as his. He's already had the adoption papers drawn up.
Okay, so then what's the problem? Nick?
And Massimo, the entire Maroney family. It would really tear them apart.
If Ridge is standing by you...
I could not ask him to do that.
Mom, you don't have to.
My love for him is too strong. I'm not going to put my happiness before his.
He's happy with you.
And then what? How long is it going to take before this situation starts to erode our relationship?
That's not going to happen.
Honey, it might. And if Ridge isn't willing to look at that, I have to. I really wanted this baby to be his.
You both did.
It still feels like it is. I don't understand where we went wrong and how we were wrong, but we were. But it's really not going to help by pretending it doesn't matter.
Okay, Mom, what's going on? I thought you and Ridge were planning a romantic trip to the cabin.
He should be here in a few minutes to pick me up.
Well, you're not exactly jumping for joy.
It's going to be a wonderful evening. Just the two of us up in Big Bear. Getting away from all the pressure. Celebrating New Year's. And then we're going to start the next chapter of our lives.
The next chapter?
Hope and I are going away for a little while.
Just you and Hope? What about Ridge?
Dad, you got a minute?
Ridge, sure, come on in.
I need some advice.
Shoot.
You know that Mother and Moss have been giving Brooke a hard time about this pregnancy.
I thought Stephanie agreed to back off in that regard.
Brooke didn't seem to think it was a problem, but I can tell that it upsets her.
You want me to talk to your mother?
No, Brooke and I need to deal with this on our own.
Are you?
I thought so. I went to see Nick today, and I just lost it completely. And Brooke walked in and saw the whole thing. I think it really upset her.
And you don't want to add to her stress.
Now she wants to, get out of town and go up to the cabin. Get away from all the pressure.
Doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Then why am I getting this really funny feeling about all of it?
Brooke has something planned for tonight?
I'm not talking candles and hot cocoa either, Mother.
Oh? She discussed it with you?
She said the next time we saw each other, things would be different. I don't know. You're the one who's spoken to her. What do you think? Has she changed her opinion about this situation or what?
About raising your child with Ridge?
Yes. I don't know. All of it. Sure, everybody's talking in her ear and giving their opinions.
It's a very difficult situation for all of you.
And it's gonna get harder.
Unless we got through to her.
Yesterday, I would have thought there was no way. Impossible, but I don't know.
Do you think she's going to end it?
I think she loves her husband. She doesn't want to hurt him. And if he can handle this...
Then you and Brooke might be able to raise this baby together.
Nikki.
Brooke knows that you will not accept an adoption. Ridge is getting frustrated. I mean, she may not be able to see any other way out.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Afraid? Oh, no, Nikki. No, this is wonderful news.
You don't want to go up to the cabin?
Brooke's talking about getting away and putting this whole situation out of our minds.
And that bothers you?
It took a lot of guts to tell me that this child might be Nick's. Even more to tell Mother. But she did it. And she scheduled the paternity test, got the results, faced it all. Now, all of a sudden, she needs to catch her breath and get some perspective.
So she's losing momentum.
Or worse, she's losing her faith in me.
No, Ridge, no.
You don't know what she saw today. I went off on Nick. I mean, the guy wouldn't listen to me.
Look, she knows what you're going through here.
Dad, I just want her. I want her to know that I can handle it, that's all.
Well, then tell her that.
I did tell her that. I told her, but then she walks in and sees me doing that to Nick. You know, and this is after another lecture from Mother telling her how selfish she is. Mother says, you can't keep doing this to Ridge. You can't make him pay for your mistakes.
Look, Brooke probably thinks that she's doing you a favor pulling away like this.
I almost lost her once before because she didn't believe in me, Dad. I'm not going to let that happen again. She did not betray me. This was a mistake. That should have been my child.
But it's not.
Now she thinks it's going to tear the family apart.
Well, to hell with the family, Ridge. To hell with the family. You and Brooke made a commitment to one another the day that she gave you this ring. All right? And besides your commitment to your children, it's the most important promise you can give to anybody. The most important thing is that you not let anything come between you. And more important than that, don't ever let her go.
I don't intend to.
You're leaving Ridge?
I'm setting him free.
Does he want out?
He wants to be my knight in shining armor. He can't help himself.
How is that a bad thing?
Honey, if this was his child, it would be different. We could put all the confusion and the uncertainty behind us, and we could live happily and simply together. We could forget all about Puerto Vista. But no, here we are. That one awful night between us.
Ridge doesn't see the baby that way.
And I'm gonna make sure he never does.
You're serious?
I've made up my mind.
So your marriage is over? Mom, this is crazy, and it's not gonna happen. There's no way Ridge is just gonna let you walk out of his life.
Champagne. Yes, it's a gift. And it's not the only one. I also have some wonderful news.
Ridge isn't gonna let you go.
He's better off without me.
What are you talking about?
Well, that's just it, Bridget. I'm through talking. I'm done justifying my behavior, making excuses for my actions. So is Ridge.
That's not what he's doing.
That's what he's done ever since he met me.
Oh my God, you're starting to sound like Stephanie.
Like Stephanie.
Yes, I know. She's been writing you about this.
Honey, she's just trying to protect her son and mine.
From what, Mom?
From the kind of life that you had. Full of scandal and shame. A divided family, everybody at each other's throats all the time.
Stephanie was part of that, too. She could have stopped the fighting, but she didn't.
I'm going to.
By breaking your husband's heart.
I ruined his relationship with his mother. I'm not going to put him at odds with his father and his brother. They're just starting to get along.
Okay. Number one, Stephanie was the one who made Ridge choose between you. If she could have just accepted you...
Honey, this isn't about Stephanie. This is about me and doing what's right for a change. I can't ask Ridge to compromise himself for me again. I wish there was some other way, but there isn't. He can't save me this time, Bridget. It's my turn to save him.
Mom, you're gonna sacrifice your marriage? Come on, I know how much you love him.
If you do, then you'll understand that I'm doing this for him. So that he can find some kind of peace in his life.
So if you really are gonna say goodbye, why the cabin?
This is going to be our last night together. I want it to be special. Something that I can hang on to for the rest of my life.
It's a little early for toasting New Year's.
Well, a new era may already have begun in both our lives.
Really?
I spoke to Nick. Apparently, Brooke witnessed a rather unsettling conversation between our sons.
They were arguing?
Ridge is struggling, Stephanie.
You said you had good news.
Oh, I do. Brooke may be leaving your son.
You'd like that.
Wouldn't you?
I'm not happy with the entire situation. If the baby had been Ridge's, it would have brought my family together. As it is,
It's a blessing for my family instead.
if she makes the decision to raise the baby with Nick.
Nick was right. Brooke is going to end her marriage tonight.
Hey, what's going on?
Ridge,
What's wrong?
Nothing.
Bridget was just telling me about her engagement.
I did talk to Ozzy. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks.
You should be flattered. She didn't cry this much when we got engaged.
That was the happiest day of my life.
I just hope I can grow to love my husband as much as my mother loves you. I'll see you later.
Bye.
Come in.
Hey,
Hi.
you busy?
No, come in.
Just thought I'd stop by to see how you're holding up.
Well, that's nice. A little battered, but seaworthy.
Yeah, Mom's been getting an earful too.
Really? Has she been listening?
Not to me.
Well, you can't leave your sails up in a gale. Get too much wind in there and it'll tip you right over.
Okay, yeah. Enough with the sailor talk. What are you really thinking?
Really?
Yes.
I think your mother's going to end it with Forrester.
And you wouldn't want that?
It's not my decision.
Nick, I know how much you care about her.
I care about him too. And I hate what this is doing to both of them.
Even if it means you could have a future with her?
She has a future with Forrester. Hopefully it's a good one. And I don't want to do anything or be responsible for anything that jeopardizes that.
Come on, Stephanie. This calls for a toast.
No, thank you, Jackie, no.
Brooke's made the right decision. I mean, you should be ecstatic. I know it's going to be hard on Ridge, but
They're finally happy, and now it's over?
I see it as a beginning.
For your family.
And yours. Why else would you have encouraged Brooke to move on?
Because Ridge isn't capable of making a decision like that. He would have stuck by her no matter what.
And eventually it would have just pulled their marriage apart. And that's horrible. You cannot bring a child up in that environment.
Nick will be a good father, I'm sure.
Ridge will be a wonderful uncle, too.
Be a long time to get to that point.
Not if we help them. It's the best thing for everyone. You know it, Stephanie. I mean, admit it. You are just as happy to have Brooke out of your family as I am to have her in mine.
Cold enough out here? I need to get the fire started and all. Whoa, what's all this?
I called ahead and had it all arranged.
I guess you did.
I told you I wanted you to relax tonight.
No wood to chop, no fire to start. You didn't leave me anything to do.
I'm sure you'll think of something.
You weren't kidding when you said you wanted to have some quality time, huh?
We don't get much of it at home. Why? What did you think?
I don't know. I knew it was kind of tense there at Nick's office. I thought maybe you had something else in mind.
You're the only thing on my mind tonight, Ridge Forrester. You, me, and the rest of our lives.
The rest of our life together.